we're gonna make another little bag. This is a cute, it really is cute, little bag that you can use if you were a pet owner. Say you took your dogs out for walks and you had coat hooks by your back door. You could put one of these by your back door, put the leashes in it, and have another one next to it and put the keys in it. Have another one next to it, put the mail in it. If you had, say, an infant and you had a changing station, you could have one of these up there and have diapers, and one and have talcum powder and stuff, and one and have onesies and stuff. If you had a craft room, you could have one of these and put scraps in it, and one put pens and marking things in it, or whatever you wanted to do. But they're really cute and easy to make. This is another one of those things that there was a Chinese company out there trying to sell you a template, for a plastic template for like 30 bucks to make this. When you look at the way they were constructing it, it was not great. So I redid the construction techniques. I adjusted the pattern. Theirs was too narrow here because once you hung it, everything was going to fall out because this was only this high. So I redid all of that, and I redid the construction of it, and I'm using soft and stable, not fleece, because if you just put fleece in this, it would hang like a wet noodle. So here we go. We're gonna make this. It's cute. This is my template for it. So you're gonna place this on the fold, and you're gonna measure this up 10 inches. Then you're gonna come in 3 inches, down 3 inches, across 8, back up 3, then out 2. Why 2 and not 3? Because this tapers to the front. So this front piece is slightly narrower than the back piece. Okay, then you come up 5. Then you're gonna freehand a nice little curve right there. So you wouldn't have to make the extra little, you could just curve it down, but I thought it would be fun to kind of make a little dip. So you kind of get like a sleigh look. I just thought that was fun. You wouldn't have to do that. You could just curve it. But anyway, that's your template. And again, you're gonna place this on the fold. Then you're going to cut a piece of soft and stable, a piece of your lining fabric, and a piece of your main fabric, like so. You're gonna layer all of those up together. You can clip it if you want to. Use some of your Wonder Clips just to make sure things don't, shift around as you're sewing. Oops.
So their fabric should be right sides together?
Right sides together, and then on top of the soft and stable, and everything is cut to the same shape.
So that when they turn it inside out, it's soft and stable's in the middle?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, now, one thing I did not mention is we have to make our hanging loop. So I have about, how many inches is this? I just eyeballed this. This is 7.5 inches. So my hanging loop is gonna be about like that. And that's good. I don't need more than that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I have 7.5 inches. I have a piece of decor bond in here to make it nice and sturdy. It's 2.5 inches wide by 7.5 inches long. I have my decor bond in the middle. You're gonna press it right sides or wrong sides together. Then you're gonna come in and turn this to meet the center fold line you just made. Turn this to meet the center fold line you just made. And then turn the whole thing in so that you have that. That's our strap, okay? And then actually before I sew that, I'm gonna top stitch this on both sides 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Like that. And I'm gonna do both sides so it looks the same. I mean, I could do just the one side to close it and just call it a day, but it looks lopsided to me. So I'm gonna do the other side. All right. So then I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna fold it in half, and I'm gonna slide it right in the middle of my Yeah, right in the middle of my fabrics. And I know I'm in the middle because I'm on my fold line. Okay, and then I'm going to keep using my clips and clip around. Maybe. There. Okay, so I'm going to finish clipping all the way around this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew around the whole thing, but I'm going to leave this open in here. And that's how I'm going to turn it. You do not have to watch me sew around this. I will be right back. All right, so we've sewn all the way around, except I left this bit in here open. Before I turn it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut these corners out. I'm going to cut my inside corners, cut my outside, so that I can flip it easy. This curve is gentle enough, I don't need to clip my curves. It came out just fine last time, so I'm not going to mess with it this time. Okay. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to reach in here. And the easiest way I found to do this is to get your hand in there and get to the farthest side and pull that out first. Get all of that through. And then the rest of it just follows. You can just kind of rotate it through. There's our little loop. Okay, and I'm going to use my, what is her name? Alex Anderson, my 4-in-1 tool that we have from her, that has a point turner on it that doesn't poke through your fabric. So it's got this nice blunt point. I'm gonna make sure all my points are turned out. Like so. Got them all. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my pressing station and I'm going to press all of this. And when I say press all of this, I'm actually going to take this piece of fabric here, or the Stoffer stable, and I'm going to fold that bottom piece of fabric up over that soft and stable so that it covers it. And then I'm going to fold my seam allowance under on my top fabric like that, so I have a nice flat seam, and I can use my Alex Anderson tool, which has a seam presser on it. And then I can use my clips in here to make sure it stays where I want it to until I get over to the iron. I'm going to press that nice and flat, and then we're going to top stitch all the way around. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. So I'm all pressed now and I'm all flat, and I've got my seam allowances turned under here. I'm actually going to start my top stitching, and I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch away, and my needle's not threaded. It helps if your needle is threaded. What a concept. Okay. It helps if your needle is threaded. Okay, I'm gonna go 1/8 of an inch away. And I am just gonna top stitch all the way around this. So that caught my loose, or my raw edges. And that means when I get into the construction of this, there's no raw edges anywhere. Everything is covered. So you don't have to worry about ravels catching on your, whatever you throw in there. All right, you don't have to watch me top stitch. You know what top stitching is. I'll be right back. All right, so we're top stitched all the way around, and that just gave an extra layer of stability also to this. So this is sewn in twice now through all layers, so that when it hangs, you don't have to worry about the weight tearing it out. Okay, now we're gonna take our right sides together, and the first thing I'm gonna do is sew the sides, and I'm gonna sew a 1/4 inch seam. Then I'm gonna sew the bottom. So that was where our fold was. That's the front seam. Now I'm on the bottom seam. And now I have to box it. And remember when I showed you the template, when I said it was tapered into the front, so I only had 2 inches here? That's what you're gonna see, that this is not gonna quite line up. See how I've got this sticking out like that? So you're just gonna nudge that up so that it matches on the outside edges. And we're gonna sew this seam. Nudge, mister.
Smush it.
Yeah, smush it good. Okay. When you get to that thick seam in the middle, just kind of press that apart so you're not sewing that all onto one side. So press one side to one side to the other. Okay, and then I check to make sure I got it covered, and I do. Now I go to the back, and this one should line up a little better, and it does. Okay. So my back seam, 1/4 inch. And again, this is the box seam. So you're boxing everything. Once you know how to do a box seam, oop, that didn't go over, oh well. Once you know how to do a box seam, you can literally make any shape bag. You just make the seam different. Okay. We have now officially finished. That was it. There is no more. Turn it right side out. That was a weird noise. What a weird noise. Anyway, you see what I was saying about the difference in the, see how it's slightly narrower here to here? So that gives you kind of a tapered effect. Is it raining? Oh, that's what that is. Okay, so there's our newest one.
Cute.
And I think I will use that maybe right here. Okay, so Val just had a great idea while we were top stitching. She's like, you know, you could use this as a wedding gift. You could do this in Christmas fabric and put your Christmas cards in it. You could use it as a wedding gift and put like kitchen linens and utensils in it, and there they go. You could do it as a shower gift, and you could put whatever, diapers and kid stuff that they need in there. So this is actually pretty versatile. You can use it for yourself, and I will probably make 3 of them because I have a I have like a wall rack that has 3 hooks on it. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and put 3 of them up here, and I'll mix up my fabrics so I have different fabrics. But I mean, come on, that's cute. Okay, see you next time.